The law of assumption states, whatever you assume will happen. And while it was first introduced in 1969, it only really started to gain traction in recent years, with a rise of new age gurus promoting it as a way to manifest your dream life into existence. A while back I made a video explaining that I didn't believe the mystical part of it to be true, but that it simply works because of the psychology, such as a gain in confidence. It's currently my best performing video, and people were pretty divided over my opinion on it. And so today I'm going to be attempting to put an end to this debate once and for all by performing 3 different law of assumption tests live on camera. One test is going to be basically completely under my control, one test is going to be basically completely outside of my control, and one test is kind of going to be in the middle. Like, I can kind of do things to influence the outcome, but I can't do anything that would, guarantee the outcome. And let me tell you, some of the stuff that happened during this video was insane. So I just had the best idea ever in order to get money. Like, genuinely, this was like lightning in a bottle. This is testing the law of assumption live. So something I've rediscovered in recent years is my absolute love and passion for the filmmaking industry. And while I certainly would love to make this YouTube gig a full-time thing, it's pretty undeniable that it's not the same as being on a set. In an ideal world, I guess I would be doing both, making YouTube videos full-time, but also getting the opportunity to work on film sets, whether it's writing, directing, or acting on them, just for the fun of it, just because the few times that I have been on a film set, it's just been so much fun. Well, guess what? Perfect opportunity has arisen. They're looking for people who have just decided to switch careers or people who are very new to the film industry to come and help them in a project starring Liam Neeson in my area and to apply. So this was kind of like a dream job in some sense, and I knew I had to apply, and I knew it was perfect for this law of assumption test video. But before I wrote my CV and my application, I decided to pop a focus pill. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck was in those pills, but I thought I was being some kind of creativity genius here. In reality, I was just writing so much nonsense on the page. Like, just listen to what I had written down. It's absolutely ridiculous. I just blasted through writing my CV. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely going to stand out from the noise. Open up quoting Spider-Man. I'm like, who am I? You sure you want to know? The story I'm about to tell is not for the faint of heart. Here we go. The button press that is going to get me my dream job being pressed now. So while I was waiting to hear back from my dream job application, I decided to move on and do the law of assumption test number 2. Okay, so the second thing that I'm going to try and manifest into existence through the law of assumption is something that is literally completely outside of my control, and that is a text message. So I'm going to try and pick someone who I haven't spoken with in literally years and just assume that they're going to message me within the next 24 hours. And there was really nothing I can do to influence this. I've seen a bunch of people online say that they've managed to manifest text message from random people and exes and all this, so I wanted to see if I could do it myself. Is it really possible to manipulate someone's behavior using only your mind? The person who I'm going to manifest, I used to speak to all the time. I used to play video games with him. He's from Liverpool. I've not spoken to him in years. The last snap was 2 years ago. That would be crazy if he snaps me. But okay, I guess I'm about to reconnect with Owen. I've got to assume it, right? So I'm Owen, can't wait to see what you've got to say. I didn't think assuming was going to be enough for this one. So I also went outside in the dark and did a manifestation meditation underneath a full moon. If this works, this has the power to change so many people's lives. Do you think I manifested it?
Yeah.
I never did get a message from him. So with the second test failed and I still hadn't heard back from my dream job application, it was time to do the third and final test. Money. Basically, I need money. I need that money. Yeah, I'm going away to LA in about a month. I do have money saved aside for it, but kind of don't want to be over there living really frugally or anything. I'm only going for like 2 weeks. Kind of want to have like a good, solid several grand, just so that I basically don't have to worry about money, and then I'm prepared in a worst case scenario. Plus, this is like one of the most common things that people try to manifest, right? It's generally love and money. Of course I'm going to try and manifest money, or assume money into existence. So right now I'm going to assume, we'll say 2 grand in the next 48 hours. I have literally no idea where that is going to come from. Honestly, I would be very happy even if I just got a couple hundred, or even if I found a $5 on the street at this point. Honestly, I would be pretty happy with that. Now this one is kind of under my control, because technically if I really want to make 2 grand in 48 hours, I could think of probably something I can sell, or I'm sure there's ways I could do it. So it'll be interesting to see if I assume that I'm going to figure out a way to make 2 grand in the next 48 hours. Can I do it? This will be an interesting one. Alright guys, so I just had the best idea ever in order to get money. Like genuinely, this was like lightning in a bottle. Basically, if you don't know, I've kind of got like a side coaching business. I've only got like a handful of clients. It's not like a major thing or anything, but I do make some money from it. I have a client who's going to be paying me like maybe like a couple hundred per month over the next year basically. And what I've basically just had the idea of doing is telling her that she's going to get a discount if she pays in bulk for the entire next year. So, you know, I'm actually giving her a £900 discount if she pays for the whole next year right now in one go. She's happy because she's getting a better deal, and I'm happy because I'm getting like several grand right before I go to LA. My client did take me up on my offer, which meant the 3rd test on manifesting money was a success. Oh, and I still haven't heard back from the job application, by the way, so I assume I didn't get it. While this is a little disappointing, I don't mind too much, as I genuinely believe if I want it enough, I'll get working on a film set again. Also, this means that only 1 out of the 3 tests were a success, and interestingly, it was the test that I definitely had the most control over. Technically, the results show that the mystical part of the law are false, but really, we'll never have a definitive answer to that, as people can argue all day long about how I wasn't assuming correctly and this, that, and the other. Ultimately, I don't think it matters whether or not it's real. If anything, I want the takeaway of this video to be that instead of just assuming everything will work out, assume you'll find a way to make everything work out. Trust me, if you truly understood just how much strength, courage, and resilience is inside of you, you wouldn't care about the mystical powers of the universe anyway. There's a serenity prayer I learned from Stoicism that actually summarizes the lesson here perfectly. So I've got my own version of that on screen right now. Also on screen right now is the original The Truth About the Law of Assumption video I made. So if you want a full breakdown on how to use the law of assumption in the most effective way possible without any of the potential drawbacks, then click on that video, as that will truly give you everything you need to know to master this law. I'll see you in the next one.